Milton's housing market is shifting fast. Prices are sliding, listings are piling up, and sellers are starting to blink first. The big question is this just a fall slowdown or are we seeing the start of a deeper correction? This is your Milton Real Estate Market update for the month of October 2025, and we're breaking down exactly what the latest numbers mean for homeowners and buyers right now. I'm Fawad Nassari, a real estate broker here in Milton. Each week, I break down what's really happening in our market, no hype, just straight facts so you can make smart decisions for your home. So let's jump right into Milton's October 2025 numbers because they're showing a clear shift that every homeowner would need to know. In October 2025, the median home price in Milton was $958,000, which is down from $990,000 since last October. Sales came in at 169 homes, just slightly higher than 163 sales we saw last October. But homes are taking longer to sell, averaging around 45 days on market compared to 30 days a year ago. It's a clear sign that the momentum has cooled. Not a crash, but a market that's resetting and normalizing after the pandemic highs. But to really understand what's driving the shift, we need to look at how each type of property performed, and that's where the real differences show up. When you look at a median price, not just the averages, you start to see what a typical Milton homeowner is actually experiencing right now. Now, detached homes are sitting at around $1.2 million, down from $1.235 million last year, or roughly a $35,000 drop year over year. Semi-detached homes took one of the sharpest hits, slipping from $990,000 to $932,000, a drop of almost $59,000 in just 12 months. Townhomes, both freehold and condo, have come down too. Freehold towns are down from $871,000 to $840,000, while condo towns are off slightly from $690,000 to $680,000 this year. And condo apartment, Milton's most affordable segment, now sit at a median price of $610,000 compared to last year of $625,000. So across the board, most Milton homeowners have seen prices slide between 3 to 6% depending on the property type, with semis and freehold towns taking the biggest step back this year. The next piece of the puzzle is inventory, because that's where the power shift really shows up. Milton is sitting roughly at around 4 months of inventory right now, meaning if there's no other houses being listed in the market, it will take 4 months to sell every single property on MLS. Okay, last year it was around 3 months of inventory. Again, so we're officially in a buyer's market. Okay, now the average days on market has also climbed from 30 days to 45 days this year. That means homes are taking roughly 2-3 extra weeks to sell, and a lot of them are being relisted, price adjusted before they move. So while homes are still selling, it's a clear sign that buyers are in control and sellers are having to work a little bit harder to stand out. So let's talk about why this is happening, because this isn't just about interest rate anymore. In Milton, we're seeing two very different groups of sellers, and both are feeling the pressure for different reasons. First, you have the peak buyers, families who bought between 2021 and 2022, right at the top of the market. Many of them paid $1.4 million for a single car garage, detached house, for example. Now that same house is worth around $1.1 million, okay? And I get calls almost every week from owners in that situation. They're not selling because they want to, they're selling because they have to, okay? Mortgage renewals are coming up, payments are hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars higher. And with the rates where they are, some people simply cannot make the math work anymore. So those sellers, they have to sell. Okay, but then you have long-term sellers, homeowners who bought before 2020, who still have plenty of equity. They're frustrated too because their neighbor's home sold for $1.8 million 3 years ago, and now their almost identical detached home, for example, is worth $1.35 million. So even though they're ahead on paper, it feels like a loss. That combination of desperate sellers and equity sellers adjusting expectation is what's pushing this market down. And this isn't just a 1 month blip. The truth is, this slide will continue for the next few months and will be on the spring market next year. That's what I believe, okay? But I'm just a guy on the internet, so don't take my word for it. But if you're holding off because you think you'll get a better price next spring, I think you'll be disappointed, to be honest. There are a lot of sellers waiting for that same window. What do you think will happen when all those listings hit the market all at once? Competition will spike. Prices will go down a bit more. This is the kind of market that waiting could cost you, not help you. So what does all of this actually mean if you live in Milton right now? Okay, if you're a seller, this market is no longer about waiting for the right buyer. It's about being the right listing. Okay, the homes that are selling are the ones that are priced ahead of the market. They're staged, they're marketed aggressively. And if you're still chasing last year's number, your home will just sit because buyers can see the price history, the relist, the termination, the reduction. They see everything. They know what's happening out there, okay? On our team, for example, every listing gets professional staging, a cinematic video tour, and a full social media campaign because that's what it takes to stand out in this market. And if you're a buyer, well, you probably haven't seen a market like this in Milton since pre-COVID. There are tens, sometimes even hundreds of similar homes to choose from right now. You've got more inventory, no bidding wars, and more negotiating power than we've seen in years. The key is timing and strategy. And right now, if you can make the numbers work, buying before the spring rush might actually give you a better deal or more control over the terms. So to wrap this up, Milton's housing market has officially shifted gears. Prices haven't collapsed, but they have reset. And that reset is touching almost every type of property. Again, if you're selling, the key is to act now and decide when you're selling. Have that conversation with a realtor. Okay, is your home ready to list? Do you need to renovate your house? Do you need to fix anything? You need clarity before you decide when to list your home. If you're buying, the next few months could be your chance to get a home that you love without overpaying or fighting other offers. Either way, knowing this data and understanding the timing is everything. And that's exactly what I help my clients with every single day. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want to know what your Milton home is actually worth in today's market, or you're just trying to figure out the best time to buy or sell, you can book a quick call using the first link in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.